Hi, this is Nigel Maynard, Editor-in-Chief of DSN, coming to you from San Diego at NACDS Total Store Expo 2025. And we are here on the last day, and I'm visiting with Tom Utech, the CEO of IA. Tom, how are you?
Doing well, Nigel.
Great. It's good to see you again, because you and I always sit down and have these discussions, whether it's at TSE or at Annual, and this year is going to be no different. Right. So, what trends or challenges are you seeing in the pharmacy fulfillment space right now?
Yeah, so, many of the similar challenges we've talked about before, so staffing shortages, reimbursement challenges and rising costs within the pharmacies, also supply chain challenges with drug shortages and things like that. But probably the one that even came out more loud and clear at this meeting is with the pharmacy closures. We continue to see pharmacies closing. We had a big retailer this last year that closed a number of stores. It's putting pressure on those pharmacies that are left.
Yeah.
The script volume's not going away. And so it's really putting a lot of pressure on how they deal with this increased volume or influx of volume coming in. And so most are really looking to either expand or get more production out of their central fill sites, or even jump into central fill if they're not there today.
Yeah. So you're always looking at market forces for all of these things to basically guide your offerings. But how do you stay attuned to what retailers want in that space, and specifically as it relates to these issues?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Obviously, at this meeting, we gather a lot of feedback on, whether it's different programs at the show, understanding what are the challenges and needs out there, but then also in our meetings that we have with our customers, understanding their challenges. But we proactively, throughout the year, we host a customer advisory board, which is, a lot of our top customers, their executives coming together and really discussing where pharmacy is going and some of those challenges. We also host a user group. So a lot of the operators of Central Fill come together and talk about what are those opportunities to drive more efficiency, drive down costs, make them more productive. And then, through surveys and other market research and data, that really formulates our roadmap and determines how we're going to put money against innovation to release into the marketplace.
I was wondering, so as these forces become more acute, because I think this morning I was in a session with IQVIA, and they were saying that almost 6,500 pharmacies do not exist since 2017, I think.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of closures.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if your efforts will even ramp up now that there are more closures and there's more need for some of these.
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned earlier, we're seeing more pressure be put on Central Fill, but Central Fill's got to be able to do it efficiently. So we've actually recently released 2 new innovations, one actually at the show this week. And so we released our Smart Unit of Use here earlier this year. And that's really about taking products, such as creams, ointments, ophthalmics, and being able to use automation to pick those products, scan the barcode, label them, and then also image them. So they can be reviewed by a pharmacist or verified by a pharmacist. So really trying to decrease the manual work within the Central Fill and be able to automate that. The second one, which was very important to us, which is what's launched at this show, is bagging. And so that's something that's very labor intense today if it's not just a single vial going through the system. So we actually launched our Smart Secure Pack for multis. And so we can pack up to 5 prescription vials within a bag. And so that technology I'm very excited about. I think it's going to drive a lot of efficiencies and improvements within the Central Fill and allow our Central Fill sites to be able to take on more volume and drive more throughput.
Yeah. So my final question for you has 2 parts, essentially. When we spoke at Annual, you briefly touched on the fact that you use customer feedback to drive some of this innovation. I want you to go into that a little bit and also talk about the kind of impact, a bang for the buck, so to speak, or the impactful results that your customers will see from these.
Yeah, so great question. So, diving a little bit deeper into the feedback, so we send our engineering teams on site to various customer sites
To the
really,
retailers?
yeah,
Okay.
to the retailers to really see those pain points or really see where there's efficiencies to be had. And then they can come back and get creative and innovative on how they would solve the problem.
Okay.
So it's really seeing that problem firsthand, and then how do we apply technology to actually solve it. And so, we project that a lot of our current customers and new prospects, they'll be able to drive significant efficiency in reduction in resources, but also throughput on the back end of the line for packaging, as an example, with the new technology. We've already seen that with our Smart Secure Pet singles, which we launched a couple of years ago. And now with the multis, we expect to see similar results for our customers.
Okay. Well, Tom, again, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you, Nigel.